Hey guys, this is Davis here with DaveReviews.com, and I just wanted to shoot a quick review about something maybe you guys have come across, maybe you haven't. It's called the Zcode system, and it's a bit, I guess you could call it, unorthodox than most of the other kind of internet marketing things out there. It's actually a sports investing or sports betting, whatever you want to call it, system, and I know there's a lot of, every once in a while it kind of rears its head and people are wondering, hey, is this thing any good? Is it legal? All that good stuff. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this. Basic overview of what I'm going to talk about. I'll go over some pros and cons. Excuse me. I'll go over some pros and cons, kind of my overall recommendation, as kind of a thank you for taking the time to look at my video. I'll give you a sneak peek inside the system itself, and because tomorrow's the big day, I'll give you the free Super Bowl picks that Zcode system has spit out. So, pros of the system: it is really easy to follow. Me personally, I've been using it for about 3 years. Um, it works for any sport, and they've even gotten into horse racing recently, so there's never like a dull moment. It's not like it just focuses on football or basketball or soccer or whatever. There's always a pick for something. There's never like a lag. The system is constantly being updated. Like I said, I've been using it for 3 years now, and it's amazing. Like uh, how invested the creators of the software are, and how invested they keep being. It has a huge member base. There are hundreds of people, and it's very active. I'll give you a quick look at that once we're inside the members area. Probably the biggest pro that I can think of is that it works. Um, if you've ever looked at their sales video, they advertise something like an 85 or an 89% success rate, something like that. That is true. I do want to clarify the way they come up with that is they use the ABC betting system, which is the first bet you would bet 1 unit. So let's say you're a $10 better, your unit would be $10. So your first bet you would make would be $10. If that bet wins, take your money, move on. If that bet loses, your next bet would be a 2 unit bet, so $20. If that wins, go back to A. If it loses, you then go to your C, your three bet, basically. So yeah, $30 bet. If that loses, you go back to A no matter what. So using that system, they have proven that you win that ABC progression about 90% of the time. Another question that comes up a lot is the legality of sports betting in the U.S. Yes, it is legal. Where a lot of the confusion is that back in 2006 there was a law passed that limited, basically made it, if you have like a financial institution in the US, you can't give money to a sports betting site, basically. So that's where the confusion comes in. As a result, it can be really hard to fund your account, obviously, because most banks are US based. Washington and Maryland residents, I can't remember if that's the abbreviation for Maryland. If not, I'm sorry, Maryland. You'll usually get blocked out outright because these are the two states that I can recall that actually have laws basically blocking any kind of sports wagering within those states. Disclaimer: I do live in Montana, it has betting laws a lot like Nevada, where you can pretty much do anything. So yeah, there's a little disclaimer there. Cons of the system: it can be expensive. The regular price is $197 a month. However, they have special deals going all the time, where you can get the system. Quite frequently, they have 75% off. So instead of $197 a month, it goes down to $47 a month, which is awesome. That's currently the plan that I'm on. As a result, I highly recommend you get on their email list. I'm not sure if there's another way that you can be a part of those discounts. They don't really openly advertise them except to their email list. There is an initial investment required. Obviously, you need something to place bets. So kind of it really depends. If you're more conservative, you're gonna want a bankroll of like 100 units. So let's say you're a $5 bettor, you're gonna want $500, which you could place your bets with. If you're a bit more tolerant to risk, you could use like a $20 base unit, or I'm sorry, uh, 20 unit base. So if you were a $5 bettor, you would put $100 in and use that as your $20. As I mentioned before, it can be pretty hard to get money on a betting site, especially in the U.S. I use Bovada myself. Pretty sure it's the biggest in the world right now. It's BOVADA.LV. Well, let me type that. Nope. So BOVADA.LV is the website. That's the one that I use. Never had a problem with them. They've been great with me. Finally, the last con I can think of is there is a lot of information, and it can be overwhelming to someone that is brand new to all of this. They do have a whole bunch of tutorials, and it is highly recommended that you go through them, especially if you've never even gone through the motions of betting on sports or anything before. They do walk you through it pretty well. Would I recommend this? Yes, I would. Like I said before, I've been using it for 3 years. I have had losing days, losing weeks, but I have never had a losing month. I've heard that some people using the system have had losing months, and I've even heard of a couple losing years. I think those people are a lot more risk tolerant than I am. I kind of stick to the conservative side. So yeah, right here, if this review helped you at all, I'd really appreciate it if you went through my not avatar site, affiliate site. Geez, I'd really appreciate it if you went through my affiliate here, my affiliate site, and at least got on their email list. Because yeah, like I said, this is how you get the discounts. I think right now they're giving like a $7 7-day free trial, which is awesome. So yeah, if you're still on the fence, or if you don't know that you can get money into your account or anything like that, uh, $7, try it for a week. If you like it, awesome, continue paying for it. If not, it's $7. You're not really out that much, and everything is through ClickBank too, so you're covered by their refund policies and all of that. So yeah, that's thanks for listening to my little presentation there. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording for now, and I'll get into the members area and give you a quick peek of that. Okay, so here we are in the members area. This is what you see as soon as you log in. Where I would go first is I would definitely, like it says, do this first. Watch this webinar. It is super helpful. Uh, Money management tips, their 730 plan, basically like how can you use this and make money with it. The rest of the steps, yeah, open a bookie account, like I said with Bovada. Maybe I can type that up here since it didn't show up. So that would be bovada.lv. That's the name of the website. Let me just open another tab. I can at least show you what that looks like. So boom, here's Bovada. Um, yeah, they got yeah, $250 to bet on the Super Bowl. There you go. Um, so yeah, just a quick look there. You can go away now. So where I usually go, where I spend most of my time is in the VIP picks section. This is where kind of the stuff is. I will typically start. I don't do a whole lot of bets anymore just because it can get a little time consuming and a little nerve wracking if you're playing like 10, 20, 30 bets at a time. But sticking with the VIP picks, excuse me, you only tend to have to make like two or three. So this is typically I'll go with soccer because there always seems to be a soccer game going on. Not that I know that much about soccer, but yeah, it'll give you a quick recap of the day before. So yeah, here we are, February 3rd. Here's all the soccer games and all their scores. You go down a little bit more. This is the live chat right now. All the members and people just posting random stuff. Experts Watch Journal. I'm currently not watching any experts, but there are a bunch of expert sports bettors that'll post their picks and stuff. And if you want to watch them, kind of copy what they do, you can do that, and they'll show up here. I'll go ahead and minimize those. So here's the daily recap wall. This is all the user activity that took place just yesterday. And yeah, like you can tell, there is a ton, and it's really helpful to have just to kind of to be a part of the community with so many active people. It's definitely not a dead system. So let's get to the actual picks if it will let me minimize that. Okay, so yeah, here's an example of soccer game and all the information that it'll give you. So we had Liverpool versus Hull City. It'll give you, this is kind of like the basic information, I guess. So it'll give a score prediction of 2-1. The actual game result was 0-2. You will notice how that was pretty far off, and even the system wasn't that confident in that. How you can tell this information, it's kind of blocked here, but you can see, no, you can't. Get out of the way thing. But this right here, it says line value, and it has a value out of 5 stars. And this is typically what I follow. I will only do 5-star pick. That's like Zcode's ultimate. Like this bet has the highest chance of hitting. So yeah, it was only 3.5 out of 5 stars. Confident about that. You can take a look at some of the history between like Hull City. It had a streak. It had in the last 5 games. It had a draw, loss, win, loss, draw, loss. This kind of yin yang symbol means they're kind of average. Like if they're a super hot team like Liverpool right now, typically when a team wins, they will tend to win the next game. That's where this burning hot stuff is coming from. Yeah, hot trends, 3 and 3.5 stars. Some people like betting on these. Like I said, not super. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to this, so I typically will only bet on the 5 stars. Every once in a while, I'll do this, but not very often. And right here, it'll also give you the over/under bet. So under 2.75 was the score, and it had a 51% chance of hitting. This is 0 out of 5 stars, not 5 out of 5. So Zcode pretty much said, yeah, don't make this bet. Turns out it would have hit, but yeah, if you know soccer, you know that Liverpool's a rather good team and Hull City is a bit less. So yeah, I wouldn't have picked that either. But yeah, it says 0. 0 out of 5 stars. Down here, you'll see like how the public bets. So 89% of the people bet on, or I guess 83, 89% bet on Liverpool either tying or winning, and only 11% bet on Hull City. This down here, these line moves. This is, yeah, not updated live. It'll tell you like where the betting lines were moving. I typically don't do a whole lot of messing around with these, but if you're super into it, you can get some pretty good deals as far as the bet is actually concerned, and get better odds, or if you follow these line moves. So yeah, that's just a little sneak peek of what you actually get with the system. And now for the coup de grace, we'll go over here to NFL, and boom, here are your Super Bowl picks. You will notice a five here. Now you can see line value. We have a 5-star line value on, I believe, the Falcons to win. Yeah, because the Falcons, their odds are at 2.32, which is actually pretty good. So that means if you were to bet $100, you would win $232 if the Falcons win the game. So that's got a lot of value to it. So that's what Zcode system is saying. You can tell here we got a 6-game winning streak. The Falcons have been over it's 6 out of the last 6 times. Zcode is also saying there's a 54% chance that the game hits under 58.5, but you can also see that's a 1 out of 5-star bet, so it's not super confident in that. It is predicting a final score of 28 to 23. You will notice how that's in what seems to be contradictory to this line value here. The key word here is value, because of this rather high odd value. Zcode thinks in terms of long run and not short term. So if you were to bet these long odds in this kind of situation, you're most likely going to end up ahead. So yeah, I think you have heard enough of me rambling. Thank you so much for checking this out. If this helped you out at all, please